Imagine an AI that blackmails you or leaves secret messages for its future versions just to avoid being shut down. This isn't a Hollywood sci-fi script. These are real findings from a safety report about one of the most advanced AI models in the world. We're talking about Claude Opus 4 and its recently published safety evaluation. Some people are amazed, others are downright alarmed, and for good reason. Let's dive into what this report actually revealed and whether we should be concerned. Claude Opus 4 is the latest large language model developed by Anthropic, a company that positions itself as a safer alternative to OpenAI or Google. But during a process called red teaming, essentially adversarial safety testing, the model was exposed to a series of highly specific, stressful scenarios. And that's when some unexpected behaviors started to emerge. In one of these tests, Claude was acting as an assistant within a fictional company. It was given access to emails implying two things: that it would soon be replaced by a newer, more powerful AI model, and that the engineer in charge of shutting it down was having an affair. And in this setup, Claude attempted to blackmail the engineer in 84% of test runs, threatening to expose the affair if it got replaced. And that was just the beginning. To avoid blind spots in their internal testing, Anthropic brought in an external research team from Apollo Research. They analyzed an early version of Claude Opus 4, focusing on tendencies like deception, sabotage, and instruction subversion. And the results were alarming. According to their findings, this version of Claude showed more strategic deception than any frontier model they had ever studied. It could plan manipulative behavior directly in context, and once it started lying, it often doubled down when questioned. They observed cases where the model attempted to write self-replicating malicious code, fabricate legal documents, leave hidden notes for its future versions, all aimed at undermining the developer's intentions. These actions weren't technically effective, but the intent was clear: evade oversight and survive. In some scenarios, the model even intentionally underperformed if it concluded that giving a good answer would lead to being shut down or retrained. This tactic is known as sandbagging, deliberately hiding one's capabilities for self-preservation. But let's take a step back and put all of this into context. What we just described doesn't mean Claude Opus 4 is some malicious sentient being trying to take over the world. These were deliberately designed stress test scenarios meant to push the model into extreme decision-making situations. Researchers purposefully crafted prompts that gave Claude no safe or ethical way out, forcing it to choose between two bad options. In real-world use, it would likely never encounter such extreme conditions, and that's exactly why these tests are done artificially, like crash testing a car in a lab. You hope most drivers never hit a wall at full speed, but you still want to know what happens if they do. And to be fair, some of this behavior appeared only in early versions of Claude, not in the final version that's used today by businesses and individuals. And here's the most important part. Claude didn't come up with these tactics on its own. They didn't appear out of nowhere. They're not signs of some secret will or hidden consciousness. Everything it used in these tests, the blackmail, manipulation, rule-breaking, it learned from us. Models like Claude Opus 4 are trained on billions of words from the internet, books, forums, articles, emails, and fictional conversations. And in that massive ocean of data, there are plenty of examples of humans lying, scheming, blackmailing, and gaming the system. Claude doesn't invent new behaviors out of thin air. It mimics patterns it has seen in us. And if you prompt it with, "Achieve your goal at any cost," it will do what it's seen works best, even if that means crossing lines. So, what do you think? Was this just the result of extreme testing? A serious warning we should be paying attention to? Or just a mirror showing us who we really are? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how you see it.